let's say the organization understands that Darryl is the issue and like, okay, this is a problem. And I think Dustin Brown's a good example because he played well for Darryl to a point, and then he got shuffled down the lineup. Darryl talked about him as if he couldn't play in the league anymore. His numbers went to shit. Darryl left, and Dustin Brown had this massive bounce back. We talked about it last week with what's an example of a guy that got a big deal and you thought he was dead and he came back to life. We mentioned Skinner. Dustin Brown's another. He was played so far down the lineup and unused by Sutter that we thought he wasn't a functional player anymore. And I think he's bounced back and scored 30 after Darryl left. But I just don't – this organization has no track record, if the coach is the issue, to be able to, with an extension in his pocket, change the coach. And so even if you want to make that decision, I'm a lame duck GM and I want to fire the coach with an extension? Like, who the hell's greenlighting that?
No, I'm not saying that
You're
if you're asking me the issue,
Darryl.
What are you doing? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. I was just going to – you're more likely to see Darryl GMing than fired.
Which is worse than – yeah, that would be a nightmare.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
Well, whatever.
I'm not
if
saying
he stays out of the room and his negativity is gone, then maybe it's not a nightmare. Let him go.
Well, his draft and development, his free agents, it was really something he was.
I understand.
To be fair.
Well, but
it's a tough spot.
What have we gotten? What have we gotten out of the last 10 years?
Well, at least they're much more competent at drafting and developing. But again, that's a low bar.
Who
they couldn't do that worth shit.
Like, I mean, I guess I keep forgetting that a whole whack of guys have left, but also they had to be shitty to get those high draft picks. So
no, but they've mined some good late picks. I don't think they're exceptionally bad. They're probably a middle third in the league in terms of draft and develop. And I thought Darryl was one of the worst when he did it. Like, awful.
Well, he didn't have a great record on it, but I don't know. Anyway, I think we're splitting hairs here. I think that it's if Darryl's here, are they going to draft that much worse and be that? You know what I mean? As a GM, again, we're playing the what if game for I don't know what reason, but I don't think he was a good GM. But
yeah, I think what we're seeing here is a guy trying to amass power in the organization, and I see this is an almost untenable spot for the current GM.
Beyond that, now, that Darryl he won't care about what Alan Walsh or anything. But what it does do is how does Huberdeau handle this? Because now the guys in the room say, oh, your agent went to Twitter for you, you hate the coach, or whatever the thing is. The players, if there's a rift between he and the coach, or the coach just isn't a fan, they know that. But now how does Huberdeau react to this? Is it just the same? He's going to be asked about it in the media. The people are, Francis, they've got to go and ask him about this now. What does that do to him moving forward, even in the short term?
If he's not an idiot, he tells him to go talk to Alan Walsh. Walsh says, it's not my quote. Talk to he put it out there. Go talk to him. I mean, yeah, that's the response he should have as an answer. I didn't tweet anything about our team or our coach or our locker room. Yeah. My agent did. He can do whatever he wants. He's a free person. I've got no control over that.
And so I see what Alan's trying to accomplish, right? Like he's putting a spotlight on a situation that's not functional, but he might be making it worse for his client. Like, how's Darryl going to look at Huberdeau when he walks in today? Like, I know what Alan's trying to do, but it might do the exact opposite, right?
You better be damn confident that the change is going to benefit your client as opposed to hinder and hurt him.